This is the brand new Rode Wireless Me microphone system that coexists with the original Rode Wireless Go 2. And in this video, I'll be giving you 4 reasons why the Rode Wireless microphone system is unique and why you might want to consider adding it to your kit. I'll also be filming this entire video with the Rode Wireless Me transmitter so you can hear what it sounds like. To be clear, there are lots of other wireless mic systems on the market right now, but I won't be doing an in-depth comparison or really any comparison to them at all in this video. If you do want to hear that, then stay tuned because I will be doing it in a separate video, and I will also be doing a setup guide to the Rode Wireless Me. So subscribe and stay tuned if you want to see those videos. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, then you know that I love wireless microphone systems for filming professional videos and travel vlogs because these transmitters have built-in microphones and they have clips. And so as long as I have it attached to my shirt or the shirt of my subject, then I can be pretty far away, up to 100 meters from my camera, and I can still be picked up super well. And so if you don't already own a wireless microphone system, then this is a new one to consider. Before we get started though, I do want to talk about some of the features that are unchanged between the Rode Wireless Me and the Rode Wireless Go 2. It still has a built-in battery that lasts up to 7 hours when it's fully charged, and you still charge the units via USB-C. Unfortunately, there's no charging case that comes with this package, but you can buy them via third-party vendors. The Rode Wireless Me also works with a lot of different devices, such as cameras like the Sony a7 IV, which is what we're filming with right now, and it also works with smartphones, tablets, and computers. And there's also a bunch of settings that you can toggle off and on by connecting the units to the Rode Central app, which is available for smartphones, tablets, or computers. Many of these settings, or pretty much all of them, cannot unfortunately be controlled from the unit itself. So you do want to make sure to carry a cable for connecting the units to your phone at the very least if you're going to be using this mic system out in the field, and you might want to change some settings. You can change the gain sensitivity and also choose between merged and split audio. So now that I've talked about what's not new on the Rode Wireless Me, let's talk about what is new. So the first thing you should know about the Rode Wireless Me is that you can attach up to 3 microphones to it. But there's a bit of a catch, so let me explain that. So in the Rode Wireless Me packet, it comes with a single transmitter with that built-in microphone, which is what I'm using right now. And you can clip it to your subject, or it also has a 3.5mm microphone jack for plugging in your own wired lavalier microphone, which is not included. You have to buy that separately. You can also attach a secondary transmitter with the built-in mic if you have the original Rode Wireless Go 2. It does not work with the original Rode Wireless Go, so just keep that in mind. But you can take any of those transmitters that work with the Go 2 and you can pair it with this system to add a secondary transmitter, and it basically turns it into the Rode Wireless Go 2. So the third microphone does not come in the form of a transmitter. You cannot attach 3 or even 4 transmitters to the system. Instead, it actually comes on the receiver. So this receiver is really unique because it has a built-in microphone on it. By default, it's turned off, so you do have to go into the settings to enable it. But once you do, you can now have 3 microphones active at the same time. The catch though is that all 3 microphones will not be recording their own separate audio tracks. Instead, the receiver records a track of its own, and then the 2 transmitters are going to be recorded on their own audio track, so it's going to be merged. So there's not really a way to have them all be separated, so you have to be pretty certain that the 2 transmitters that are recording are going to be picking up the audio that you don't mind having merged onto one audio track. Another catch about adding a third microphone in the form of the built-in mic on the receiver is that on most cameras, you can only insert the receiver in the cold shoe mount of your camera facing one direction. And in most of those configurations, the microphone is actually going to be facing backwards. So if you want to have the microphone facing forwards, which is what we actually have enabled right now on this camera setup, then you would have to buy an adapter. And so I've got a little adapter. I'll leave a link in the description below to the pieces. But if you have this adapter, you can actually mount the receiver with the microphone facing either forward or backward. So Julian and I are out here to demonstrate how you might practically use the Rode Wireless Me with the microphone on the receiver. So right now I've got the microphone and the transmitter clipped to myself. We've also got the receiver that's currently pointed at me, but if I ever wanted to point it at a subject, then I might want to use it like this.
Is that?
What's that, Juju?
It's a ball.
Ball? Is that your ball?
What is a ball?
Ball. So because I'm wearing a microphone transmitter, you can hear me pretty well. And even though Julian is not wearing one, the microphone on the receiver is pointed at him. So you should still be able to hear him pretty well.
What is here? What's that?
So even though you can use the Rode Wireless Me in the way that I just demonstrated, the true intention is for it to be used like this, where one transmitter is clipped to a subject, like it is right now on Julian, and the receiver is meant to be clipped to the camera with the microphone facing backwards. So ideally, there's someone behind the camera kind of narrating or talking to the subject like this, and the subject is responding back. I don't know what that's called actually. It's kind of like a bus or like a scooter. I guess a scooter is the best word for it, huh? Yeah. The second thing you should know about the Rode Wireless Me is that it comes with intelligent gain assist, which is a super cool feature. I have not seen this on any other wireless mic systems out there, so it's pretty unique for Rode. But there are 3 different levels. You can have it off, dynamic, or on auto. And what it does is it automatically detects your audio and adjusts it so that you don't have any audio clips that peak or clip. And it just makes sure that your audio in general is more even. So now in an outdoor environment, this is what it sounds like using the gain assist off on the Rode Wireless Me, the transmitter with the built-in microphone. And so in this case, if I would do something like sneeze, like achoo, do something like that, we'll compare that to having the gain assist on auto. The gain assist is now set to auto, and again, we're outdoors. And so if I were to do something like sneeze, achoo, then ideally that would keep the audio levels fairly even. We shouldn't get any clipping or spikes in the audio. Even if I were to blow in the transmitter, our audio should ideally still sound pretty good. This is what it sounds like to shoot with dynamic gain assist. And so this is best used in an environment where your audio is controlled. And so this is my studio, so we do have, some sound panels here and there. And so dynamic gain assist should help to make the audio sound more natural. And this is what it sounds like to shoot with gain assist turned off, again inside of a studio environment with a lot of sound panels everywhere. The third thing to know about the Rode Wireless Me is that it's $149 US. So it's actually about $50 cheaper than the Rode Wireless Go 2. And like I said before, this isn't exactly a replacement for the Rode Wireless Go 2. That product is still being sold and supported, but it is a replacement for the original Rode Wireless Go, which to my knowledge is no longer being sold brand new. And so if you want a wireless mic system and you don't already have the Rode Wireless Go 2, then I would recommend getting the Rode Wireless Me as your starter kit. But one thing that the Go 2 does have that the Rode Wireless Me does not have is a LCD display so that you can double check your settings. And so it's a bit of a bummer that the Rode Wireless Me doesn't have that. And really it's the only thing that is lacking that the Rode Wireless Go 2 is a little bit better for. The fourth thing to know about the Rode Wireless Me is that it's compatible with the brand new Rode Capture app. So Rode Capture is a full-feature camera app that allows you to change settings such as video resolution and frame rates, as well as the zoom and the flash. But the thing that I love about this camera app the most is its emphasis on audio. So very few camera apps out there will display your audio levels. In fact, the one that I have been using is Filmic Pro, which on iOS is actually not free. It is free on Android, so that's really interesting. But whenever I want to double check my audio if I am filming with a smartphone, then one of the only ways to do that is to use a camera app that is going to show me the audio levels. And so this Rode Capture app does have the audio levels. And so you can double check to make sure that everything is plugged in. You can make adjustments to your microphone system using that camera app. And so it's by far the best feature of this camera app, and the #1 reason why I've been using it to film a lot of my smartphone videos lately. The other thing that's really cool about the Rode Capture app is that it has dual camera mode. And so when you enable it, you can actually enable both the front-facing and back-facing cameras on your phone and record simultaneously, which is really useful in certain situations such as doing interviews or times when you want to have both cameras recording. So despite all the positives about the Rode Wireless Me mic system, there are some cons. So let's talk about them. One of the first ones that I have to mention is the fact that the transmitter now has a really big Rode label on it. Now, to be fair, pretty much all of the wireless mic systems out there that have these built-in microphone transmitters put their logo on it. And so that's fair. I guess they're all doing that. But the thing is, I feel like all these new ones are increasing the size of the logo. And so I just don't like being a constant advertisement for Rode whenever I'm using this transmitter. And so it's just something to be aware of. You can, put a sticker on it, or you can flip the transmitter to be backwards so that the logo isn't so prominent. But I definitely wish that the logo was a little more subtle. Another negative is that this mic system does not come with a charger. You still have to plug in all of the units via USB-C to charge them individually, which can be a bit of a pain. But the nice thing is there are some third parties out there that do make charging cases, so you might want to look into them if you want an all-in-one charging system. And the last con is that in order to change settings on the Rode Wireless Me system, you still have to plug it into a device like a phone or a computer and connect to the Rode Connect app, which is a bit of a hassle because, again, a lot of the other wireless mic systems out there allow you to change the settings on the receiver, but it's something that you can't do on this mic system. But overall, I do think that the Rode Wireless Me is a pretty unique wireless mic system. It's coming with that receiver with a built-in microphone, which is the first of its class to do that. And it also has that intelligent gain assist, which I can't wait to experiment with more because I do think it will come in handy in a lot of my filming situations. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, stay tuned because I will be doing a more in-depth guide to how to set up and optimize this mic system for your filming. And I will also be doing a more in-depth comparison between all of the major wireless mic systems on the market right now.